Hello, everybody. So I try to start a new series. I tried to start a new series today, but it wasn't working out. I couldn't get our toolbar over here to work, but I finally got it to work. I finally got started on this image. So basically, what all I did was I created a nice background with a blue. And then I'm gonna make a few clouds here just by filling this in. When making clouds, it's great to use a small airbrush. You'll see why in a minute because I'm making very small circles and they look like clouds already, but to be honest, they're about to look like real clouds in a few minutes. Normally, like you can just do really small circles just like this. Once you get that done, you can just go in strokes over the inside, so the inside's more white, and as it goes out, because of it dispersing, it'll look more realistic once you get to smudging it. This is all done in GIMP too, so. I'm not using Photoshop or anything like that. I'm just using GIMP, a simple free software. So now I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to get my smudge tool. I guess I can't get it over there, so I'm just gonna use it here. So now what the smudge tool basically does, you just go in tiny little circles all the way around the cloud and inside the cloud too. That way it creates like a swirling effect. They start to look like clouds. You start on the inside and go out, you get this cool little effect. Instead of the blue coming inside of it, hello. I didn't want that. Zoom back in. Plus, I got a camera set up, so hopefully that's working. If it's not, I just sound like a complete idiot. I'm just lying. Got a camera set up so you can see me do everything that I do with my hands and with the drawing pad. Now this does take some time, but for the finished product, it's pretty much worth it. As you can see, you can start to see where we left some blue in there, and that's making some darker areas with the white to give it some depth and some shadows, because the sun doesn't hit every angle of the cloud. Sometimes it's hard to go clockwise if you're normal to going counterclockwise, but try to go both ways so that it kind of looks even and um, it actually looks like a cloud. So I mean, like it's not the best. You can probably do better on actual canvas, but remember this is just a computer. And anyways, computers can do amazing things. And don't get me wrong, I'm a beginner. This is just a nice small little program that it's free, doesn't cost any money. Great program to start off with. See, now when you go counterclockwise, it kind of brings out the cloud into it, and then once you go clockwise, it kind of just swirls the blue and the titanium white, no, the white together. So this is our cloud here. Two clouds are finished. Of course, there's always room for improvement. There's two clouds that are pretty much finished, I guess, and then here's one that just with the airbrush that we haven't smudged yet. You can see a major difference. You can actually see the strokes in there. But with making clouds, I suppose that you're supposed to see the strokes, because blah. Actually, this cloud's really odd. I'm actually just gonna bring some white out from inside. Bring some blue in as well. Make this look like a cloud. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, there we go. So maybe I might just want to add one more cloud here. I'm just going to add one more cloud. Maybe just not a small one up here. Very long cloud that's out in the distance. Now it does start to get a little challenging once I start to make some mountains, make some grass. I really won't be making trees because again, I'm not all that great yet. In fact, I'm not good at all. Not what I want. I'm just gonna smudge up this nice little cloud here. Now, without the airbrush and without the paint and smudge tool, this would be impossible. Because without those tools, you couldn't get this cool cloud effect here. Now, this cloud doesn't look all that natural, so you might want to go back over it with an airbrush. Make it a bit bigger, one side, a bit more level. That's looking better. I like that. If you have any suggestions for like right now I can only do mountains, so I'd like if you would suggest those. For the total of 24, 25 subscribers I have, I don't pay attention to those. I just like making quality content. Um, it's not great content, but there's some quality in there. So for the 20 some subscribers I have, suggest some mountains or some Bob Ross paintings that I should try to do. All right, so I think that looks good. Um, so now I'm gonna just start on some mountains. Now we're gonna take the brush tool and maybe I'll go a bit bigger. Add a bit bigger. Maybe a bit smaller. 26. All right. So now I have my brush tool. I'm just going to change the color here to maybe a red. a really dark color mountain. We're gonna have some very dark mountains. So I'm just gonna go up. Maybe there's a peak. Higher, there's another peak. It goes down low into a valley. No, I don't like that. There's a peak. It goes down low. Starts to go up high. Nah. Let's just do this. Let's just get a basic line here. Create a nice straight line to build off of. So let's start by just going up. There's a nice little peak. Goes down a bit. Comes back up. Alright, so there's a nice mountain. And it comes down a bit, comes back up. Maybe we'll have a very big mountain. Then we'll come down gently, have another hill. Maybe this one will go up a bit more. Alright, so there we go. So now we have our mountains. I'm actually just going to erase this line because I don't need it anymore. That. The reason I'm erasing it is because we will. You can kind of see there's a break there because of the way it just flows out. That won't matter because we'll pretty much cover it with the mountains. Get a bigger brush here. Be careful not to erase our beautiful mountain. Now this might not look like anything to you guys, but in my mind, this looks like a huge just valley and mountain with a river coming down it. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to our paintbrush and we're going back to our size that we had. Oh crap. Shoot. Dang it, I didn't want to do that. I hate when I do that. Right, 26. There we go. Hopefully I can get back. Please. Whatever. We'll stay out here. Alright, so now I'm just going to color in our mountains a bit. Not too big. Just enough so maybe down to there is good. We're just giving it enough, a thicker line, just enough so we can use that smudge tool to carry this color down into our nice little slope of mountain. Now, what is crazy is that I think I've grown such an urge for this Wacom mat. that I can almost no longer use my regular mouse without shaking. Like if I use my normal mouse like this, see how I shake a bit. Like, oh, it's bad. I can't even draw correctly with my normal mouse. I have to use my uh stylus. I can't use a mouse anymore. So now I'm just trying to get a straight line here. That later this mountain will, well, not necessarily a straight line, just a line good enough so it doesn't look, that bad. That might be good. I might do one here. Okay. I think the rest is good. So make this line thicker. Bring this down a bit more. All right. Make a thicker line here. All right. So there we go. Now we're going to go ahead and use our smudge tool just to make these mountains look realistic. Now this is kind of difficult with this smudge tool. It's very difficult because you have to have a nice eye for the way the mountain's going to flow. Very, very hard to get this how you want it to. Now imagine that these mountains have, they have snow climbing up them. Because let's say this place is a very cold place, I guess, and it's just like snow just climbing up the mountains, you know, or maybe it's a different kind of rock climbing up the mountains here. Kind of helps sometimes if you go from one side to the other. Looking good. Now, when we use the airbrush, you can kind of see a blue hint in there. That makes a nice little lighting effect on the mountain and such. Blend the top in a bit more. That looks good. All right. So now this is kind of where it gets even more tricky because you have to figure out a way how to blend this in. Maybe this mountain's coming towards you. Perspective. Include that in there. Now you need to figure out, see how these mountains come together right here. You need to figure out which mountain is closer, which one seems closer. You have to have an eye for this stuff. You need to keep an eye out for it. So this mountain is closer. So we are going to make this mountain tuck in between, tuck behind this mountain, so that this one have a nice solid base to it. All right, that looks kind of derp, but right here it does. But you know, live with it. Good. Now you might want to go across. You might want to go across so that you get this whole entire mountain in there, and then you can just go back over it, so that it looks like, there we go. So that's nice there. I guess we could start on this mountain now. Maybe this mountain, we'll make this mountain closer so that we don't have that awkward thing there. So it looks like one's behind the other. Even though this one does look closer, maybe it's just a bigger mountain farther away. Let's bring it down a bit more. As much as the sky in there. There we go. It kind of just helps if you bring it down first, and then you start to make it look like a slope. This really does start to hurt your hand, though. Oh, I don't like that. Yeah, some of our little accidents. Maybe I need to make this line a bit thicker. Maybe bring this mountain down a bit more, because it's not looking too good. Closer to the ground. Yeah, there we go. Line thicker. All right, there we go. Now we can go back to our smudge tool. That's better. So now we can start to make it look slope here by dragging it in like a crescent shape towards the middle. Now, once you start to do that, you gotta go from both sides so that you don't have weird straight lines going downwards. That way you just have a nice and smooth. And then in the middle you can just kind of yank it up. Just like that. Mountains are turning out nice. So now maybe this is a mountain behind this mountain. It's going to come down. Now this one's just going to come right over. Just like that. Alright, so now we can start on this one over here. This mountain's going to be a very, very small mountain. Maybe with a really high ridge on one side. That's nice. Going the wrong way. There we go. Now we have a nice little peak here. We got some very nice mountains. Sometimes you can just drag some white up there and fix some places that you might have gotten rid of too much white on. All right. All right, so now maybe that's just it for our nice little mount. Oh, no, it's not. It's not it. It's not over yet. Now maybe we'll just bring the brush size down to maybe 17, and then we can go ahead and get some white. Now, it is kind of weird because on the computers, blue light, everything, blah, blah, blah. Now, we're using white here just for some snow. Using it for snow because the reason, well, I mean, snow's white. Now, our light is coming from over here because it's a little lighter up here in the top, right? And that's just normally how I'm going to draw things. Now, what you might find weird is that I will use blue, like an ice blue, Minecraft ice blue more, for like the lighted areas. Or no, sorry, dark areas. So areas that aren't hit by light source. So now, again, we're going to take that smudge tool, or we can do some snow. All right. So here's this nice ice blue. Now I don't like that color. Let's go a bit darker. That looks good. Yeah, that's better. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe a bit lighter. Yeah, that's better. All right. So here's going to be our shaded areas with snow on them. Because light doesn't hit this side of the mountain. Lights only hit this side of the mountain. So there we go. And let's get some snow here. There we go. There's our snow. We're going to go ahead and go back to the smudge tool. We're just going to smudge. We're just going to drag this down in one motion. Now, what's good about we're gonna kind of, whoa, voice crack. We're gonna kind of cheat the system here. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna actually save this blue by just switching to our background color real quick. Because it'll still be on the same ground. It'll just be different. I don't know. You can just switch the colors so that the background will become the foreground and whatever. Just switch the colors so that you can save them and you can go from white to blue. I'll show you why you need to do that in a bit. Actually, the reason that you have to do that is because we're going to add some highlights in the snow. So maybe somewhere snow is going to be glistening more than the other. Right now, it just kind of looks like muddy snow. No one likes muddy snow. So we're just going to add some nice highlights later. It doesn't look like much, but you know, I try my best. Now you do want to just do downward motions. I'm not going to do any highlights on the non-lighted area because maybe the non-lighted areas are not as lit up. Oh, duh. No, duh. They're not as lit up. I can't think when I'm painting. I just do what I do. Just do what you do. Don't focus on anything. I actually was watching a YouTube video and some person was having a very very um low time in their life and they just went on Vine or YouTube and searched in Bob Ross and they just watched one of his videos and he said a quote. It was a very good quote. I don't remember what the quote was. Um, I don't remember the quote was at all. But so there's our snow. Um, so we're gonna go back to the paintbrush and probably don't need any more highlights in the blue, so I'm just gonna get rid of the blue. Just gonna add some more highlights in the middle here. Right there. All right, so we're gonna go back to our smudge tool. Just gonna smudge. There we go. Now you sometimes you do mess up and you drag some blue in there, but you know don't. That's okay. It's all right to have. Would be a painting without mistakes. There we go. Looking good. There we go. I mean, this is a very long video. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get a really fine point here. We're gonna go into maybe a brighter, maybe a darker green. That looks good. So now this is very hard to do. Am I still on the smudge tool? I probably am. We're gonna actually use a pencil here. Whoa, that does not look good. Let's go back to this. Let's just go a bit darker. All right, so maybe airbrush. I don't know what to do this in. Airbrush. Good. Yeah, there we go. Now it's coming in. That's looking good. Okay, there's some up here. Bit of grass up there. There. Ooh, actually no. Let's not do grass yet. Let's just get a good sized airbrush tool. That's good size. Just like that. And let's turn down the opacity. There we go. Let's just give our mountains a nice light mist. Light mist. Let's turn that up. Light mist, mountains. Can't see mountains that clearly anyways. Give them a light mist. There we go. Now we can go back to the grass. Alright. Up with the opacity. Not a 1. Maybe a 12. Oh no, dogs barking. There's dogs barking. There's mom's calling. Stuff is going down. Alright. So maybe there's some up here. Line, let's make some straight lines. Here. Here. And there's some up here. There we go. Now this is the easy part. Just make some grass. Now actually we aren't using a smudge tool for this. We're just making some nice little grass patches. Going different ways. Make it how you want. Grass is grass. It's not going to look perfect. Maybe there's some up in here. Makes sense. Lost our airbrush tool. Maybe some up in here. Maybe there's some right here. Grass. Oh, man, this is looking good. Looking good for my first drawings. First time I've done this. I've never been an artist until today. This pad is great because it only follows. It's not like a iPad. It only follows the stylus tip, which is. Uh oh. You know what? I don't have a webcam on. It's not on. Darn it. Man, that really stinks. I wish it was on. You guys could see this great technique I'm using with the pen. Man, that would have been cool for you guys to see that. See everything I'm doing. See my fat belly. See everything. Maybe there's a small one up in here. Now these can be just tiny little forests and stuff. I mean, grass up close can be forests. Be whatever you want. Now this is when it starts to get crazy. You have all these nice flat little plains or forests. Now you kind of need to connect them all. Like by looking at the mountain, the way it flows, just to give it a nice border. You need to make sure that you go the way with the mountain. You don't try to contradict the mountain. Mountain's more powerful than the plains beneath it. Now, just to make this easier on myself, maybe I want to include a little plane here. It comes up like that. Comes down like that. There we go. Now, the reason that I wanted to make flat planes first is because once you connect them all up, it kind of gives it a geometric shape. It just starts to use techniques, and I guess it looks pretty nice. I don't know. Maybe you can turn your painting into a zoom where this is just a tiny little set. I mean, you shouldn't be intimidated by drawings like this because it's really easy. I mean, I just went to Best Buy today. Today's March 9th. March 9th. Just went to Best Buy, got a drawing tablet. I just started to draw. That's all I did. Oh, I forgot to do some snow there. Whoever's watched to this point, that's probably driven you crazy. Not good. Always got to do snow. Maybe I need to drag my. How could I forget that? There we go. Now we need to bring my brush size back down. I don't know what I had it at. Maybe around 6. There we go. That's. Let's see. Let's just be safe and safe. All right, so back to drawing our nice little forests. Oh, we're using a smudge tool still. All right, there we go. Nope, don't like that. There we go. Like that either. There we go. Something I do like. Now what you can do is you can just make your brush size like a bit bigger, maybe 11, and we'll just go ahead and turn down the see like 7. Just go over your nice little bushes with forests or whatever plains. A nice green, so that in case there's some stuff, it'll blend into the mountain. Give it a good look. There we go. Bring that back up. Full. Alright, so now let's just an eyedropper. And we're gonna select this color right up here. So that's the same color as our mountain. I'm gonna go up to maybe 20, maybe 19, 18. Let's go to 18. So now that I am going to draw very, very, very close. Shoot. I need to draw very close and carefully to the line of my forest. That way. Shoot. I went right over it. Darn it. Do small sections if you can. That way, if you have to restart because you make a tiny little accident, don't want that accident to be there. There we go. Looking good already. Now, one thing I do wish that I was able to do is have wet paint on a canvas, just like this, so I could take a brush and just go down. And that's it. That's all you have to do for reflections. All right, there we go. a bit. That. Boop, boop. There we go. Nope. Darn it. That's one downside of this Wacom tablet. There we go. Do that. Let's just make these edges nice. All right. So there we go with our nice little edge there. So maybe now what I want to do is I do want to straighten this off. We have a nice straight edge because it's pretty hard to do without a straight edge. Later we'll try to smudge this up, make it look pretty maybe. I don't know, or we'll just leave it like that. Maybe give it a nice mist again. So that's pretty straight. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create some. Whoa, hello. We're gonna create some nice water. So if I'm correct, whoa, that back up. We're gonna start with a nice deep blue. It's this deep. All right. So now we're gonna turn out the size of our brush. Turn it down a bit. 137 seems fine. So we're going to use a paintbrush. Go along the edges just like this. Don't worry if that blue goes up into that brown. Okay. Now we're going to go to about the center of the image, which is roughly right here. So we're just going to go a little more. That's about the center of the image. Like that. Make the center of the image there. Now, you don't want to go over the brown too much with the blue, because you can always smudge the blue up so that way it doesn't kind of ruin the image. I'm actually might fix this up. Let's go to back to what we were using. Eyedropper, because I don't wanna look at this anymore, really. So we're just gonna fix this up. What are little boo-boos? Fix those. That. There. Boom. Boo boo gone. Alright. So now let's go back to our. So, what did I do? There we go. Go to our blue. Now we're gonna go with a nice lighter blue. Now bear with me, I totally forgot how to do water, so we're just gonna go with the flow and see See what works. Now we're going to do a super light. There we go. It's all simple. Just simple colors. Or just, I mean, it's not that tricky at all. All right. So back again, smudge tool. I'm going to leave it pretty big this time. So I'm just going to go down with it. Down with the water. Not too much, just enough so that it kind of looks like water and the shadows are reflecting. All right, so now I do know one thing we are going to go across. Whoa. That happened. So now we're just going to lightly smudge up. Or maybe we'll get a smaller brush. We're going to smudge down with the brown here. That looks like, maybe it's an edge of a water. There we go. Make it look like a bank. That works. Beautiful. Same here. It's just a shallower bank. Now here, this might just be a lake. It won't go into the mountains. It's not going to get that complicated yet. Just making some nice banks. Shallow bank here. Water goes up on it a bit more. We'll make all of this a shallow bank. We're pushing an hour here. All right. So there we go. There's our nice image. I'm going to go ahead and sign it. Let's go with a blue. Yeah. Lighter blue. So it doesn't distract that much. Oop, that's pretty bad. Nope, bad. That's pretty bad too. Maybe I'll just maybe I'll go with a red. I'll zoom in really big. D right there. There you go. There it is. Can't even tell I made my signature there. Nice. So there's my image. Done. Let's save this puppy. Let's go to desktop. C. Users. Owner. Desktop. Or no. Sorry, not save. Let's export as C. There we go. Then we can just do oh yeah, I forgot about that. Let's do ep.1 vr.png. There we go. So we're going to hit export. There we go. An hour and a minute.